Televangelism has taken over the televisions of Trinidad and Tobago.
I left that day and I went home. When I went back the next day,
When I went to do the heart test, they said it happened.
Why did you exercise the faith that you have inside of you? My friend, nothing will be able to destroy you. From the enemies that comes to destroy your life, to block your life, and you can be free.
So he gives you give a gift today of 10% of your time or 5% of your time, or you give, $10 and the next day he calls you for more. So he asks you for more so that he can give you more in various ways. If you give less, you get less.
What started only on Sundays has now turned into every day. And in many ways, it is not only competing with traditional Christianity, but winning on many levels, like congregational numbers. But there are serious concerns from every faction of traditional churches.
And it's selling something very different from what we are offering.
When I see a bottle of water, a handkerchief, when I see things being done in our context of what an Obia man will do, it really hurts me. Because we are reducing God to an Obia man.
It's not that church leaders are against televangelism. In fact, many subscribe to it. Prior to being ordained Bishop of Bridgetown, Archbishop Jason Gordon founded the Catholic Church's popular local TV station, Trinity TV, in 1993. Every day of the week, a mass is broadcasted live for the nation to tune into. But the use of TV is not what concerns Archbishop Gordon and his mainstream peers.
The prosperity gospel, I can't find that when I read the gospel. That message is a feel-good message, and if you pray, God will bless you, and that means materially. Well, Jesus says if you want to be a disciple of mine, pick up your cross every day and follow me.
If you're going to be a tele-evangelist who is going to proclaim a quick fix for people's problems, people's illness, then something is wrong with that.
Reverend Annabel Lala Ramkelawan also shares serious concerns about the rise in popularity of televangelism across TNT. Similar to the Catholic Church, the Presbyterian Church also broadcasts on national TV. It has a program called Moments of Inspiration, but she warns against the practice of making promises of healing and prosperity.
How could a person called by God, anointed and set apart for preaching the word, say to people, take this bottle of water, I'll pray over it, and drink it, all your sickness and problems will be over.
For Johnny Ramone, the root of all evil has infiltrated the church.
The core, it's like a business, right? And the core thing with business is to make money at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And nothing is wrong with making money. There's nothing evil about that. However, you don't have to stray from the word for people to give.
Even the head of the Pentecostal Assembly, Reverend Don Hamilton, agrees with Ramone. He feels some televangelists twist the meaning of passages to fit an agenda they have for themselves.
Many of the preachers embrace this materialism and, unfortunately, I would say, reduce the Christian message to money, 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 bless me, bless me, bless me, bless me, I will bless you, I will bless you. And so some people come away thinking that Christianity is about the big car, the plane, the fancy suit, the alligator shoes, because that is the voice, the image that's being projected from many of the televangelists.
Ramone thinks that it's now become a runaway train that many pastors want to jump on as an express route to getting rich, quick. And according to Ramone, it doesn't really matter if what they are preaching is gospel or gossip. Their audience is gullible enough to soak it all up.
There are leaders who are straying from what the word really means to regurgitate in what evangelists say, because they're seeing the prosperity, they're seeing the blessings of God. They have jets, they have huge mansions, and God tells me I'm supposed to have that, so I want to be like him. And I'm seeing he's having a lot of followers. I want to bring people into the church. I want to win all these thousands of souls. So what they do, they start to repeat all the actions and the words without questioning what they're actually preaching. And so that has negatively affected the church. Because why? You're straying from the core message. If what you're preaching is not true, then it's going to affect the system and it's going to affect the people in the system.
Elements of the Caribbean church have just swallowed into the prosperity gospel, which I don't think is necessarily the gospel of the Bible.
Thereafter, the people are the ones left wanting and left waiting. Reverend Lala Ramkelawan has pointed to the fast pace of society as a means for the success of televangelism. People aren't patient anymore and want God to work on their prayers a little bit faster. That's where televangelists supply a demand in the Christian market. Some preach paying more to the collection basket will make God pull them to the front of the line.
Something is wrong with that type of tele-evangelism. When we're looking to give people the impression things can be fixed, boom. God is not a God like that. One has to have a relationship with God in order for you to be the benefactor of what God promises to the believer.
With such large followings, Ramon argues that too few take the time out to critically assess what is being preached by televangelists. Instead, many are brainwashed without ever knowing it.
A lot of pastors and church leaders see evangelists as like how the Pope is to the Catholic Church. That's how pastors see televangelists. So because you're an evangelist and you have hundreds of thousands or millions of followers all over the world, what you say must be true. I wouldn't follow it to see if it's true. I take it as the gospel.
They may come under intense scrutiny, but to win so many souls, Archbishop Gordon admits that they're getting some things right. Some things mainstream churches are no longer getting right themselves.
I love the zeal. I love the worship. They do an incredible earthly worship where people really feel good. Their hospitality is incredible. And these are some of the things in a bigger church we have not been able to move to. So if you take a Pentecostal church, it is a church. And that pastor gets paid depending on how that church performs. So there's a direct connection between his livelihood and his church. And there is something to the attractiveness of it that many people have gone to.
But traditional churches are battling back on television to show that it's not all about making prosperity promises and raking in money. All the heads of churches featured in this film 100% back the use of technology to spread the message of Christianity in an era where digital is the fastest way to connect with congregations outside the walls of churches.
We embrace the use of television, radio, whatever form to present the gospel of Jesus Christ to the world. But we do not embrace the materialistic approach that conveys to people Christianity is a get-rich scheme for the uppity and certain elitism pastors. That is contrary for me from the message that Jesus brought, quite frankly.
More than spreading the word of God, Reverend Lala Ramkelawan has founded televangelism as an effective tool to reach those who don't go to church anymore or those who have left the church. If church is a business, she's now looking at a different type of customer.
Through televangelism, you are meeting the unchurched. Persons in their homes, persons in their workplace, persons on their way to work who tune in on other means that we are sending our program. So through televangelism, you're reaching the unchurched. And that is where modern church has to move. You cannot continue to preach to the church already.
So is the future of church not in the pews but rather on computer and television screens? How radically different is church life going to get? When we come back, what the future of churches will look like and what must change to keep them relevant in an age of realism.